Hi guys, we are here for a Divine Masculine reading. We'll see what the energies bring us. As I've said in the other one, my name is Tracy Newman. I have a YouTube channel which you can find me there at Sleepy Wisdom. I also have a website called sleepywisdom.com where you can find me for any readings, any personal readings that you'd like. Also too, I'm on at The Navigators Tarot on Instagram and The Navigators Tarot on Facebook. You can find me there as well. We will be doing a live session at 8 o'clock on Thursday, this Thursday on the 11th, 8 o'clock p.m. So meet me there on Instagram at The Navigators Tarot. And yeah, I can answer some questions for you if you like. Yeah, so we'll see what's going on with the Divine Masculine this week. Wow. The Divine Masculine. At the minute, he's kind of like becoming very logical in his thinking. He's becoming quite meticulous in seeing how he can actually manifest what it is that he desires in this new world structure that is abounding on the earth and within his own being. He is very much wanting to come into union with his divine feminine, and that would appear that is actually happening at the moment. So, you know, the Divine Masculine is really beginning to own that sense of his own feminine and really moving into the flow of those beautiful energies of receiving and allowing and loving and nurturing that he is now beginning to give to himself, which is a really lovely thing to do and to see. And with that, it's sort of like he's able to gift himself these beautiful, lovely, flowing, watery, beautiful, loving energies and nurturing energies, and is starting to see just how he can gift through his own giving to himself, how he can then give to those around him and to the earth, and also to his own divine feminine, but also any feminine that he recognizes as a counterpart of his own divinity from within, in the form of a female, of a feminine form. There is still a little bit of sadness and regret that he is feeling for past actions that, you know, the Divine Masculine is really, it's sort of like when you go through a death of any description, that you go through a life review. And at the moment, the masculine has gone through so much in the form of an ego death. It's different ego deaths along the way. But this one, I think, has really put him into a state of seeing, in a way, his own life and being able to review it as you would when you leave your body. And he's really beginning to see that in his past actions towards others, he probably has some regrets about any kind of selfish actions, or what would appear to be selfish. And I mean, we all have that narcissistic template here at the moment, that we are all on the masculine and feminine side having to what is the word that I'm looking for? Not to integrate it, but to work through. It's like the shadow form of the psychological parts of ourselves that we've had to, all of us have had to recognize that there's parts of that within all of us. And of course, the Divine Masculine has had to find where he has acted in that way as well towards others. And so there's some form of regret here that he is really beginning to see, and starting to see just how his lack of emotional integrity has led him down a path sometimes of darkness and his own destruction. But you know, that's his life review that he is, but you know, he's going through at the moment, and he's really beginning to see and feel that those regrets. But the next card is the card of resurrection. So this is in the hopes and fears, and he is, or his advice actually. So this is in his advice, and his advice is to not to remain too much into this. This can, you know, if you get stuck into these difficult emotions of regret and sadness, that you can get stuck in that, which you really don't wish to. So there is this beautiful card of resurrection, which is in his advice, and it's like, allow these energies to take you further through into those divine energies of resurrection, which I'm actually getting is to do with, so the divine masculine, of course, is the original, you know, is the original Christos, and of course the trials, the tribulations that Jesus actually had to go through to get to that point where he was definitely crucified, and then, but also then resurrected just not long afterwards. And through all of that, I mean, the divine masculine must go through those same tribulations, because this is the Christos. The divine masculine represents the Christos, the male aspect of the Christos, which is the Christ energies. So now he's actually going through those trials, tribulations, his life review, and will come out as the resurrected male version of the Christos. And then we have this beautiful card too, which is, you know, the journey. So he's seen where he has chained and bound himself to the 3D world, and going through this life review where that is actually, he's had to sort of look where he has allowed the 3D world to manifest in his life, and also have a great influence on his life, which has led him to those darker energies. But now he's beginning to see where, as the world begins to change and loosen the 3D world, and those darker energies are loosening their hold on the masculine, he's now beginning to see that he can loosen the chains that bind him and move forward. Because he has accessed his own divine feminine energies, he is now able to go with the flow, to trust more, to have faith, and really begin to have that greater sense of self-love that is coming through for him, which is then allowing him to move forward into his own divinity. And here we have the journey card. So you can see there where he has a staff, and he's actually like at that point now. This is the darker path, this is the lighter path. But you know what I actually see? I see that lighter part, and that sun, that beautiful light. Just, you know, all he has to do is just look around and see it. Yeah, so he's really beginning to leave the darkness behind, that 3D matrix, that has chained and bound him. And beginning to see where, through his own access to his own divine feminine now, he's now come into some sort of balance where he's able to then see the light, and through his own loving energies towards himself, he's able to walk down that path, begin to walk that path of the light, which it will lead to those beautiful new earth energies that are calling him. Okay, so that's all I have for the masculine. The masculine's like powering right ahead. By 2023, they will be... 2023 apparently is the year for the rise of the divine masculine, and they are really beginning to step into their power. Look at this. This was at the bottom of the deck. That beautiful integration of the divine coming through into his heart center, and the balance between light and dark, male, masculine, and feminine energies. So yeah. Great stuff. We'll see you soon. See you next week.